Good day, happy travelers. Vacation travel hacks here, talking about my two favorite things. I like cruises and I like Disney. So now I get to talk about a Disney cruise. And today we're going to talk about how to get you from the airport to the Disney cruise, kind of some of the things to be aware of, some traveling options in regards to the airport and transportation to the cruise port and options at the cruise port. A lot of people don't necessarily want to spend money on a cruise ship excursion from the shore. So we'll go ahead and give you some options on being at the port and if there's something free to do. And then, of course, we'll give you an overview of things that aren't necessarily free to do, because if you're here, you're evaluating your options. So if you've booked this, you're going to have a fantastic time. If you're thinking of booking this, you're going to have a fantastic time imagining booking it and getting on it. And the stops that it makes, of course, in no particular order: Castaway Cay, Cozumel, Falmouth, Jamaica, and of course, Grand Cayman Islands, which this itinerary is majestic. So let's talk about Orlando, getting there. First suggestion, first tip: always try to get there at least a day early. And you're on a Disney cruise. If you get there a day early, just off to the west here, might I suggest a quick little jaunt to Disney World. Nothing, you talk about setting it up. Yeah, sure, it might cost a little bit more, but, you're on a Disney cruise. You already, you're on the best of the best. So why not? A little bit more in Magic Kingdom. Anyway, and actually, Mears Transportation, which is the Disney primary transportation specialist, really logistically works out pretty good. Otherwise, if you don't want to go west to Disney World and you want to stay closer to the cruise port, you got a couple different options. First one is staying in and around the port of Orlando, the airport near Orlando. There's hotels up here, and you can take either GoPort, Mears Transport, many limo and transportation companies, an Uber, a Lyft, a taxi. There's a lot of different ways to get to Port Canaveral, which is on 526. I'm sorry, that's 528, and you go here, 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 and you end up over here. Your other option is to land here and take transportation to one of the Cape Canaveral, Cocoa Beach area hotels here. I'm going to be staying, when I'm here in November, I'm going to be just up here. And it's about a 20-minute drive from here to here without traffic, construction, any number of things that can go wrong. It's about a 45-minute drive. I've done it as fast as 30 and 45 minutes. So I estimate it'll take about that. But also something to think about when you come back from Port Canaveral, you got about a 45-minute drive as well. And there's not just you getting off the boat. So it's in terms of flying out, sometime afternoon, but we'll talk about that later. Let's zoom in on Port Canaveral here. Disney cruise will be right here, and there's signage, so your driver probably will be well aware, well versed. As you come in on this road here, it says, "Hey, Disney Cruise Line, take this exit. This is it," and they'll drop you off right here. If you're driving in and parking, there's a parking garage right here. Will there be lots of cars? Yeah, I don't know if I've ever hopped on cruise day. People are coming and going. If there's a cruise ship in port, that means people are leaving and people are getting on, and it's fun, but it's cool. You can see the boats on a Saturday or Sunday. It's a pretty big moving day. And if just up here, Cape Canaveral, you can typically see the Kennedy Space Center. You might see a rocket launch at night and some rockets on the launching pad. So it's a pretty cool area to be. So anyway, get on your ship, rest and relax, because you're going on to the Grand Cayman is one of your ports of call. And this doesn't necessarily take you up to Georgetown in the Grand Cayman. It takes you off to one of your mooring station, and then you get on a little boat. It'll take you in. Disney has so many different options. Stingray, swim with the stingrays. There's not like a bad thing to do. You could for free. You could just walk around town where it drops you off and shop. It's it's a cool city. Otherwise, you want to do stuff. There's countless things to do. Dolphin interactions. They got a place called Stingray Island. 7 Mile Beach is very popular. There's a lot of options, and it varies by money. Kids are a little cheaper. Little kids are free, like the littlest little kids are free. They may or may not remember. I will now. I did the dolphin and the stingray. Actually, I'm looking at my kid kissing the dolphin right over there. They get pictures of the dolphin giving you a kiss on the cheek. I will say, and I haven't been there in 3 years, so it might be better now. That the enclosure was a little smaller and it wasn't the freshest smell. So if you're sensitive to smells, you got somebody who has a sensitivity to smells. It wasn't super fresh. I did the same kind of experience last year in the Dominican Republic at Ocean World, and a completely different experience. The enclosure was much bigger, so I think I don't want to say I was stepping in dolphin, remnants. But I will. I wish somebody would have told me. So at least I'm calling it out. If you're with somebody who wants to, just have a nice little beach day, you got lots of different options for going to the beach. I mean, there's no wrong way to do Grand Cayman. It really comes down to your options. And the link that I'm showing you here, if you haven't booked it, at least now you get to see what your options are. Some fantastic snorkeling in Grand Cayman. The water is typically very clear. I've never been to this place and gone snorkeling and the water not be clear and see an amazing amount of water life, sea turtles and all sorts of stuff. So you have a tremendous amount of options, and it's a good one. It's absolutely fantastic. So let's hop back into it. So is there free stuff to do? Yeah, the boat will take you from off here to the city. You can walk around. And then, of course, if you want to do something else, you can do whatever your heart desires. Otherwise, Cozumel is also on your itinerary list. Now, if you are researching on Google Maps and say, hey, where does this one go? There's a lot of cruise ships that are going to dock down here. Disney does not dock down here by Carnival or Royal Caribbean. Disney docks up here. And is there a lot to do? Yeah. There's good shopping to do here. Lots of if you just want to kind of take in the city, you certainly you certainly can do that. It's right here. Otherwise, you want to see some of the paid experiences. There's going to be a theme here. You can kind of tour depending upon when you go. You can have a Halloween beach adventure, Mexican winter holiday adventure, depending upon when you go. And there's all inclusive this. Boogie tour, if you like to ride around in boogies, you can drive around there. You want to eat on the beach with a barbecue. Worth noting that if you do one of these excursions, on the ship, you get to eat typically for free unless you do a specialty restaurant. When you're eating off the ship, unless it says it's included, typically the food is not free. So make sure it says it's included. If you like scuba diving, this helmet dive, my brother did this in St. Thomas. Highly recommend. It's a very fast 30 minutes. Sometimes it can take 45 minutes, but it's a very cool experience down at the bottom. Chocolate workshops, tasting. Maybe the little ones won't like wine pairing. So it's, I guess if you're not with a little one, I can't enjoy wine with little ones. I just won't do it. You can get a van and do it your way, 8 hours with a driver, and everyone piles in. And you just drive around Cozumel that way. And there's countless options. If you didn't do dolphins in the last one, but you want to hang out and do it in this one, you get your pictures there. Dune buggies and snorkeling and rays and like I said, there's no wrong way. It's what do you want to do? Do you want to feel the sand? If you're not a sand person, you can just take in the city. So that's all right. There you go. That's your options there. Then you end up in Falmouth, Jamaica. And you will typically park right here, and there's shops to do. There's cruise port shopping, not necessarily a beach close by. But if you want to go to the beach and you missed it in the last two spots, you don't necessarily want to shop. It's Jamaica. There will be adventures. Zip lining. My kid made me take him into Amber Cove. Zip lining is the most fun I've had on an excursion, and I've had a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. All-inclusive resort day pass is a pretty good option. It's expensive. It's an expensive option, but at the all-inclusive resorts, especially if you like to, maybe you didn't get it's a lot of fun. Certainly for the adults. I'll just leave it at that. If you want to do the bobsled, a great opportunity. Dunn's River is a staple, very popular option. in Jamaica. But my kid is a roller coaster junkie. So this is what we will be doing next. And if you didn't encounter dolphins before, or you did and want to do it again, more dolphins to hang out with and have a lot of fun. Get some cars. That's pretty good. Some eats, some more dolphins. Rum tour. Again, maybe if you're bringing kids, maybe not the best option, but hey, what are you going to do? Worth noting. All right, so I'm showing you the Disney excursion list, and the prices, could be higher. You could go to a third party site like Viator, Viator.com, and type in the city, Falmouth or Grand Cayman or Cozumel, whatever. Type it in, and you can get excursions for sometimes 50% off. Caution, yes, pro, save money. The potential con is if anything happens, like the transportation breaks down, they don't show up, or they drop you off and never show up to pick you back up. You are responsible for getting back to the ship before it leaves. And if for whatever reason you can't, the ship is not entitled or doesn't have to stay to wait for you to show up. You will be responsible for either getting back to Port Canaveral to pick up your luggage, or you're responsible to go into the next port of call to reboard the ship. So that's caution. And there's good reasons why you might be late. There's unfortunate reasons. It's impossible. Me personally, I would have to feel really comfortable with where I'm at before I would do anything like booking a third-party excursion. I'm not even talking about the company not showing up and me not getting my money back. Let's keep going here. We got Castaway Cay. Is the Disney's private island here. There's free stuff to do. There's not free stuff to do. There's no wrong way to Disney here. It's the most fun that you can have. Probably one of the better private islands. I've been on a few, but if you want more, Disney can give you more. If you want to hang out with stingrays, you didn't do it before, you can do it now. Floating tube rentals. It's just me personally. I can just lounge by the beach and go wading into the water. But if there's something else you want to do, certainly something else to do. So let's wrap this up. It's Castaway Cay. Yeah, I think it competes with Perfect Day at Coco Cay and with Royal Caribbean's Island. I think it's certainly lounge and peaceful, and there's lots of food. Final tips and thoughts. Anytime dining, if you have to choose your dining a dining time, I always talk about doing the flexible one. Otherwise, try to fly in the day before. Port Canaveral serviced by Orlando primarily, but let's not forget that Melbourne. There might be a sale, so be aware of it. Just check. Maybe you can save some money. It is a little closer, a little less busy, and it'll certainly get you to the hotels closer to the port and make transportation perhaps easier. Perhaps. GoPort is a popular option. Mears Transportation is also a popular option. If you do end up at Cocoa Beach or Cape, in the Cape Canaveral area, there's many hotels. Call to see if they have an option for you and kind of what the fees are, if any. You should be okay flying out afternoon, but hey, you could go to Disney and maybe not worry about catching a flight. Just finish strong, as they say. Otherwise, day one, get the kids to Kids Club is a best practice. I messed up on one of the ships, and we went day two, and it wasn't a super good experience, kind of being that new kid to school. So, hey, listen, let's close strong here. You are going on a Disney cruise, and it's the best, it's going to be a fantastic experience. And I hope you have the most fun. If you have other questions, feel free to drop a comment. Otherwise, I hope you travel safe.